I'm gonna go insane now because I'm wicked nervous, so I'm gonna talk like I'm really excited, but the whole time I have crippling anxiety. I can't wait to introduce my robot creation to the world. I really cannot wait because I put months of work into it. It was an incredible amount of work. And lots of E6000 glue and 3D printing and money. I was able to paint it up, make it look pretty, and rewire and set up the LEDs to just blink and make it look overall nicer and program it to do that. Unfortunately, I could never quite salvage or fully fix the motors in the time frame I had left, because in the end I was going to need a beefier stepper motor with an additional power supply, and I was going to have to relearn a lot of Arduino code. So hello everybody, thank you for showing up to my presentation. And I did my senior project on real robots in the film industry. So basically the actual robotic machines that you can see on modern day movie sets. And I found it was a really intriguing subject to learn about. How has robotic technology really impacted the film industry? So my sub-essential questions really are, how have robots really helped capture new scenes and camera angles, basically robotic camera mounts, etc., as well as, how have robots brought characters and creatures to life in the film industry through animatronics like BB-8 I recently showed on the board there, and as well as just how robotic technology in general has also allowed us to build props and set pieces for films and movies today. Animatronics can really vary in the extent that they are made. My applied piece that I'm going to show later on is an example of what would be a partial animatronic. Partial animatronics are basically smaller robotic set pieces, pieces that are really not necessarily interacting so much with the actors and actresses. They're just kind of in the background, adding to the background effects to really give better quality to the overall scene, as opposed to having to CG in all the background characters, which takes a lot more time. So, without further ado, I'm going to introduce you guys to my new friend. I hope, yes, his LEDs are still running. This is R5SAU39. I nicknamed him after the school. And he is an example of a partial animatronic. A lot of work, a lot of 3D printing went into making this guy. And he uses Arduino electronics mounted inside to program these little LEDs here to flash. I hope most of y'all can see some of these LEDs inside the dome here. He took a lot of work. He was a lot of fun to make. Stayed up very late some nights working on him. And so this would be an example of a droid that you kind of see in the background mounted on a starfighter. It's more of a background robotic animatronic piece. Overall, I'm very proud of this piece. It took a lot of work. So I would love to thank you all for coming to my presentation. Lots of time and money and work, and slamming your head against the desk when something doesn't work. And then getting up and deciding, well, time to fix it. Can't mope forever. You want to pick something that you are passionate about, because if you run into problems with something that you are not passionate or invested in, you aren't going to want to fix it as much. With me, not only had I invested interest into this and work, I invested a lot of money too. And a lot of that money came out of my own pocket. And a lot of that money came out of my dad's pocket. I don't want that money to go to waste.
Right.
I set out to do something, and gosh darn it, I'm going to do it.
I thought you had a great voice, and you speak at a much more mature than your age. The way you said things, there weren't a lot of ums. I think you used the word ironically, and it was there were like little things that go through my mind. And I was saying, now I know how people in my Spanish class feel when they don't understand what I'm saying. So, but I thought you did a nice job.
Very good.
So two things. One, we have nominated you for honors because you did such a good job.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I learned that in terms of work and dealing with stress, I'm capable of a heck of a lot more than I thought I was capable of. I think I only screamed in my car once. But I really learned that I can do quite a lot if I put my mind to it. I was able to meet all my deadlines and build a piece that in the end was much bigger than what I thought it was going to be, and much bigger than what all my panel thought it was going to be. I'm really thrilled to know that my limits are much greater than what I was thinking of previously.
Oh, see, I
You
didn't
earned
get it
it.
done.
I
But
want
you did a great job.
very, very good.
What have you learned?
Well, I
You
will
were a
say
pleasure to work with.
it was
Yes.
great getting to know
It
you.
was
Thank
nice
you.
knowing you. Good luck. And
Thank
earned
you.
every minute.
Thank you.
I get a hug. I don't get a
You earned that too.
I would never
Because I
forget.
had, I had the last year in advisory and in
I would never
class.
forget my first advisor.
Yes. All right, so you are good, except for the paper. And